What's up with you guys? It's your girl Rye Litty, and I'm back with another lit video for you guys. So right now we're currently at the TA in Kenly, North Carolina. I'm waiting on them to do me a little quick DOT level 1 inspection. The company that I'm leased on with, they want us to get that done at least every 3 months to make sure your truck is in good standards. Alright, you guys, quick little update. So I just got my DOT done and we passed. So let me show you guys my paperwork. For those who may not believe me, got to show you guys the black and white. What that say? Passed. So yeah, you guys, I'm about to go get my trailer washed out real quick, and after that we're gonna get a little bit of fuel and pick up the load. What's up, YouTube? So it is the next day, you guys, and we're just gonna go ahead and get into this video for real, because in my last vlog some of you guys wanted to know what was the process, how I got my truck and stuff like that. So before we get into it for real, I want to give y'all a quick update. I did end up getting my new radio, brand new radio, you guys. So we got some music going now. But yeah, to give you guys a quick rundown of what was the steps that I took to get my truck. So the very first thing that I did do, you guys, was I built my credit to like a 700, and then while I'm doing that, I'm also saving my money. I'm gonna say you need around $10,000 to $20,000 to put down on a truck. So depending on the price of the truck and your credit score is going to be, that's going to determine how much you need to put down. So your credit score and the price of the truck, that's going to determine how much you're going to want to put down on the truck. My budget for my truck was like $60,000, between $60,000 and $70,000. So with my credit score being like a 730, 720, somewhere up in that ballpark, I ended up putting like $14,000 down on my truck. So I built my credit score up, I saved my money, and then that's how I got my truck. But like what I did when I was looking for my truck, how I went about that was, I know I wanted a truck that was in between 60 and 70, like I said, and then I wanted something that was under 500,000 miles. So when I bought my truck, it had 410,000 miles on it. And now with me, making this video right now today, we're currently sitting at 482,000 miles. So I done put some miles on there since I had her. Also, when I went and applied for my truck, I made sure that I had some type of warranty coverage that I was getting with the truck. I got my truck from Arrow's Truck Sales. Arrow Truck Sales is partnered with NTP warranty. So I ended up getting 2 years extended warranty with my truck, and that covers anything that go wrong with the engine. So tires, shocks, airbags, stuff like that. the warranty don't cover that type of stuff. So anything that go wrong with the engine is covered up under warranty. The first problem that I ran into with my truck was something with the DEF system. I ended up being down for 2 days, and I had to go to a repair shop, and they end up sending NTP an email telling them what was wrong with my truck and sending pictures and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that I don't like, because you got to give them at least 24 hours to respond to the email and approve the work order. So that's the only thing I can say I don't like. But other than that, like, the total end up coming out to be like $1,500, and I only had to pay like a $500 deductible out of that. So the second issue that I came into with my truck, like 2 weeks down the line, was the wiring harness on. The wiring harness connected to the DEF system end up, I guess, wear and tear over time, and end up like wearing out, and my check engine light came on again. So I had to I took my truck to Peterbilt, and they did the same process, email NTP, and had to give them 24 hours to respond to that work order, and that bill was like another $1,500, and I was down for like 2 days again, and I ended up paying $500. Then a month later, I was on the way to Michigan to pick up a load, and a light came on the dash and said my engine will be shutting down in like 54 minutes. So basically, I was panicking and trying to find like a near shop. I ended up finding like a Peterbilt 20 minutes up the street from my pickup, and I took it in there. I was sitting for like 6 hours, and I ended up paying that out of pocket because the part was like $15, and then with labor and stuff, they charge you a minimum of like $200 for labor. So the bill was like $500, and I wasn't about to wait on NTP to go through the process with them doing that and stuff. So I ended up paying that out of pocket, which wasn't bad, like $500, you know, and I was still able to pick up my load. So you guys, you don't need a whole lot of money when it comes to, you know, buying a truck, a used truck. I say just save up, you know, around I'm gonna say about $20,000, you know, 25 to be on the safe side. You don't need a whole lot of money, especially if you get a truck with warranty. You know, I feel like the most you're gonna be paying for is if something go wrong with the engine. So if you, God forbid, if something go wrong with the engine and it's costing like $12,000 or $10,000 to get the whole engine redid, you're only gonna be paying around $2,000 out of pocket. I will say this, like, if something like that happened, just, you know, have some money saved up to take care of your bills and stuff like that. But other than that, you don't need a whole lot of money. And then try to find a truck that's up under 500,000 miles. The only time you will probably need a whole lot of money saved up if you was to go buy a cash truck, something like that with no warranty. You basically buying it as is, which that's the same thing I'm doing, but I got a warranty. And as far as like tires and stuff like that, I had ended up buying brand new tires for the truck before they pulled it off the lot. So I ended up paying like $2,800 for brand new tires on my drives. The steers, I got them as is, but like 2 months later on down the line, I ended up putting a brand new set of steer tires on my truck. I got some Firestones, and that was like $1,200. Once I got, you know, got to making money good, I ended up buying new tires for my front. But other than that, I'm probably good for like, you know, a good year or so on tires and stuff like that. Of course, I'm, you know, saving money as I'm making it for like little minor breakdowns like that. But other than that, you know, my truck came in good condition, airbags good, shocks good. Just got a DOT inspection done. They said that, you know, my truck was in awesome condition, and whoever had it before me, he took real good care of it. Now, I did buy my truck from Arrows, of course, but I think they end up buying the truck from ATS, the flatbedding company. So I actually got like a fleet truck. So you know, if you get a truck from a fleet that comes out of a fleet, you know they're taking real good care of it. Like how Walmart take good care of their trucks and stuff like that. If anybody, you know, I feel like want to get a truck, they should get it from a fleet. Like, you know, Walmart, ATS, Maverick, TMC, truck like that. So you know they're well taken care of. You know, they're not missing no oil changes or nothing like that. But other than that, you guys, this trucking journey has been, you know, good for me so far. Everything's an experience. When buying a used truck, you know it's gonna have problems. You know it's gonna come with something. I don't expect it to be perfect because I didn't buy it brand new, you know. And then like with me having a problem with the truck, you know, 2 or 3 weeks down the line, that didn't bother me because I knew that I bought a used truck. So with that being said, if you out there and you know watching my videos and wanting to get on this journey that I'm on, just do it. Build your credit score up to at least, I'm gonna say maybe a 690, 700. I say 700 because that was what I was comfortable with doing before I went and applied for my truck. But just build your credit score up, save your money, and come to a good company. Like I came to Bruce Oakley. I don't pay no trailer fee, nothing like that. I think my insurance is like $600 a month for insurance on the truck. If you're gonna buy a truck and you don't come on with a leasing company, like, you know, lease on with somebody, you need to think about saving up for a trailer. You need to think about saving up for insurance, you know, things in that nature. I didn't save up for no trailer. I didn't save up for no insurance. You gotta think about stuff like that. So I just came on. I wanted my own truck. I wanted my own freedom. Maybe my own insurance later on down the line gonna come. But as of right now, you know, I'm just learning the game with the truck itself and not, you know, worrying about all that paperwork and stuff like that. I'm gonna also add in this. So when looking for a truck, make sure you guys try to find a truck with an APU so you guys can save money on diesel and stuff like that. My truck came with an APU. You don't want to buy a truck and be, you know, idling your money out, you know, because you're too hot or you cold, you know. So try to buy a truck with an APU. If you buy a truck and it don't come with an APU, I think an APU is like, it ranges from like, I want to say 7,000-10,000. I heard some guys say a brand new APU is like 16,000-17,000. So that's really important to make sure that your truck comes with an APU. I got lucky. I'm not going to speak too much on lease purchase, you guys, but me personally, I wouldn't do it off the simple fact I don't want to be paying what I'm paying monthly, weekly. So I know some people pay what, $1,000, $900, $1,200 a week for a truck that they lease purchasing, versus when you can be paying $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 monthly. It just don't make sense, and you get to save a whole lot of money by doing that. So just go buy your truck from a dealer and try to find a company to lease on with, or do your own thing. So if you guys want to buy a truck from Arrows, I'm gonna put my email down below, probably like right here, and I'm gonna hook you guys up with Mr. what was his name? Mr. Keith. Mr. Keith is who sold me my truck, and he really made sure it was in good condition before he sold me the truck. He made sure I ain't get no BS. He knew what I was looking for and stuff like that. I wanted either a Cummins engine or a Detroit, so he made sure I got a truck with, you know, a Cummins engine. Also, you guys, I appreciate you guys for like tuning in to my videos and, you know, staying active. If you guys got any more questions, feel free to, you know, drop a comment down below, and I will try to get to y'all as soon as I get some free time. I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog right here. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, comment, and subscribe if you're new.